Maria back with another video. It's almost time for my evening walk, and I wanted to make this video to kind of follow up from the other video that I just made. You know, I'm the kind of person, I'm very well aware of racism, okay? And I'm not the kind of person that likes to talk about it. Not because, it's only because I've seen the reactions of people who get caught in the act of doing racist acts, and it makes them uncomfortable, okay? And even though they do things that are completely unjust to you, they have a hard time living and admitting up to it. And I'm not the kind of person who wants to get into an endless debate, you know? I believe that people have the right to have a sense of pride if they choose to, okay? But I think what I've experienced here in my adult life with a lot of employers is that they tend to, and you know, this is in a different area, okay? They tend to not be aware of their overt racist behavior. And you know, when I was growing up, I was brainwashed in a sense because I knew that racism existed, but I thought that it was a very small percentage of people. And I thought that my father, all the stories that my dad told me about, you know, people putting mothballs in his food, or you know, having to be during segregation or whatever, you know, going to the back of the bus and these sort of things. I always thought, well, that's in your era, and that's in your day and age, okay? That's not the case, okay? But it is true, okay? I remember experiencing racism as a child, you know. I remember, you know, being called the N-word, or, you know, things like that, or people telling me that I wasn't supposed to be or think or say or do certain things. They even made fun of the way I talk, you know. Some people said I talk like a valley girl or whatever, but, you know, you kind of pick up that language because people talk that way. And so you do it for a while. It's really weird, okay? But once you're not around that environment, you don't talk that way anymore. It's just like when you talk to a Southerner, you pick up that dialect or whatever, and when that person walks away, it's like suddenly you're back to normal. It's just a way of, I don't know, it's a natural form of communication. I personally think it's similar to like when somebody's yawning and suddenly somehow or another you start yawning. I don't know. But anyway, you know, I understand it fully, okay? I think that the fact that this particular issue got blown out of proportion by my family, and then of course even worse, the employers, it's socially irresponsible, okay? I am the product of this issue because right now my life has been turned upside down completely. And I'm dealing with more racism than I can even handle. I mean, I can't handle it because it's like, I don't, like today when this lady started her issue with me, I don't, for one bit, feel intimidated by this woman, okay? What this woman is pissed off about is the fact that, number one, I'm not inferior. Number two, she has no right to hold any grudges against me, but she's used to a way of life where she doesn't have to interact, she didn't have to interact with people like me. She's probably never had to deal with people like me. And so now she's dealing with someone like me, and when she gets upset or anything about me makes her upset, okay? It makes her angry because she's not used to dealing or sharing the same space with somebody who looks like me, okay? She's in a different generation, which is even worse, okay? So I'm sure she's used to racism being normal, okay? There's the kind of person that probably has a lawn jockey in the back in their front yard. And, you know, that's her way of living, okay? I'm not trying to question or tell her to change, okay? But when you start disrespecting somebody and then provoking somebody, that is no different to me than having to deal with somebody from the Ku Klux Klan, okay? I mean, I don't have to deal with that sort of overt racism. I shouldn't have to. The whole issue of me being blacklisted and somehow thinking that my family has any rights over me and making this a public issue and holding it against me is a form of racism. Okay, my family thought, well, you know, we're going to teach her a lesson. I'm 45. Even before, when I first met my husband, I was over the age of 18. Okay, they have no say in what I do. I don't care if it's coming from my mother. I don't care if it's coming from my mother, okay? I'm an adult, okay? And, you know, like I said in my last video, one of my videos, you know, once you hit the age of 18, you don't have to tell your family anything, okay? And I realized, you know, it was kind of stupid for me to do that, and, you know, you do things that you regret sometimes, okay? I regret it because I think I should have told them, like, a long time ago, but I don't really think it was that big of an offense, okay? But you've got employers in this town who treated it like I was, you know, guilty of treason. I was guilty of and some sort of, you know, higher crime that might even be, you know, borderline something that's deserving of death, okay? And the very reaction that you get from these people is an act of racism, okay? And the reasons are obvious, okay? I don't have any regrets, okay? I don't have any regrets. I never did anything to regret or that I feel like I shouldn't have done, okay? My issue, and I'm going to keep and maintain this, okay? This issue is between me and my husband. So little Miss Racist Bitch today is really enacting out a form of racism, okay? Plain and simple. And I'm very open about that. I'm not going to deny it anymore, okay? I've been the kind of person, and I'm not the kind of person, I'm not like extreme, I'm not extreme in my views on that issue because I understand why people are the way that they are, okay? I do understand that, but they don't have to act the way. I have a right to live. I have a right to go to work without being harassed, and that's exactly what it is, okay? This woman was harassing me. And she doesn't, she in her mind, in her day and age, they probably, never said thank you or treated black people with any sort of respect whatsoever. That's normal to her, okay? But it's very difficult for people like me who's already had weird issues with mobbing and my blacklisting and then having to be forced to put up with bullshit. Whew. Today, that woman is lucky, okay, because she really did deserve to have her fucking face bashed in. But, I deal with racism a lot. And it's unfortunate, but, it is. It is what it is. And, like I said, I grew up kind of naive about those sort of things, but as time went on, I started to become more and more aware that racism is a reality. And a reality that I have to live through. And, if it wasn't for racism, I would be further along in my life, okay? And, of course, my stupid family. I mean, they're just trash anyway. But, yeah, it is. It is because of that. And I have to be honest with that. Now, like when I left the farmer's place, everybody was accusing me of playing the race card. I was over at Flourishing Art, and she had this, this unsightly guy from Australia. And he came up to me and started talking to me about Trayvon Martin. And this is what white people do, okay? They don't know how to deal with, they want to accuse you of playing the race card because I didn't play the race card. Like I said, I'm the one who followed the rules. So when I deal with white people who always accuse black people of dealing and calling the race card, I want you to see this example, okay? So anyway, going back to my story, I tend to jump around a lot. But anyway, I'm over at Flourishing Art. The guy comes in, starts talking about Trayvon Martin, trying to stir me up. And he would talk about OJ and all these other stuff. And I've dealt with white people bringing this kind of stuff up. And I know what they're trying to say. Okay? I'm not OJ, okay? I'm not Trayvon Martin. It's an unfortunate situation, but I'm not any of those people. But that's what they do. In white people's mind who are racist, one black person speaks for everybody. And that's just the way it is, okay? So is it fair for me to assume that everybody is just like that stupid bitch that I had to deal with today? I don't know. Anyway. But it is. It's a topic. It's the elephant in the living room. It's the issue. It's the reason why I'm treated the way that I am. And it's obvious, okay? There's many people who are on the same level as I am, okay? And they have decent paying jobs, okay? Nobody deserves to be treated in a manner where there's somebody choosing their jobs for them and they have all this bullshit following around them that has nothing to do with them, okay? And like I said, if they have an opinion one way or the other and if they're offended by it, then maybe you might be like my coworker, who's a racist. People need to be honest about that, okay? It's one thing to not want to marry your own kind, but to deny a person the right to live their life, to me, is just insane. Anyway, I could go on and on about racism. I could go on and on about, experiences that I had to deal with, unpleasant people, their desire and their need to reinforce their perceived superiority. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, there's no way in hell that this woman is superior to me. It's just fucking ridiculous, okay? No way, okay? And that's what pisses her off. She's not used to seeing something that she has always been in denial of, okay? I am a black woman who is intelligent, and I intimidate her, okay? Because in her mind, it's almost probably surreal, okay? But that's her issue. She ain't fooling anybody. I'm not stupid. So that's just my reality that I have to deal with, okay? And, my stupid family didn't help it any, okay? They really didn't help it. These people were not doing a damn thing for you at all. It's lucky that I have a good sense of humor. Anyway, I don't know how long this video has been going on, but I'm going to wrap this video up. I'm going to get ready for my walk, And I hope you have a wonderful evening. Have a good day.